Welcome everybody to Qbaby's Let's Be Honest. Today's topic is going to be freedom and security. You know what I'm saying? A few girls wanted me to do a little bit on this subject. A couple of guys wanted my opinion as well. So let's get on into it. So pretty much a lot of women say that when they're in relationships that they feel like their freedom's being taken from them, you know what I'm saying? That they can't go out to clubs, bars, and do the stuff that they pretty much did when they were single. And like I told them, I was like, there's certain things you're gonna have to give up, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're doing it with your partner or whatever. And the same thing on the flip side of that too. But you gotta be able to understand that a lot of real men are not going to deal with a girl that's trying to hit the clubs all the time with that girl, or, you know what I'm saying, having hot girl summer, all that, you know what I'm saying? So I would suggest any girl that's trying to keep a dude at all that you actually respect, love, and care about, off rip, you don't want to go to the clubs because you're doing something that you would be doing if you were single. But you're trying to still be able to do that stuff without your partner. Like, it's different if you go into the clubs and the bars with your man, you know what I'm saying, y'all doing that together. But as far as you going with your single girlfriends, I'm sorry to tell you, those girls going to end up making you single, or 9 times out of 10 having yourself with an insecure dude. Which, what real insecurity is when a guy can voice his opinion. If a man can't voice his opinion, he's insecure. A real man that is really secure in himself, he's able to voice what he thinks, you know what I'm saying, without understanding at the same time that the consequences could possibly lose you, you know what I'm saying? And him being able to accept that is him being secure about himself instead of insecure about himself. So if a woman want to keep a dude, for sure, like, I would definitely tell you off rip, like, doing hot girl summers, you know what I'm saying, going to the clubs with your girlfriends. Like, we're not saying you can't go kick it with your girls. We're not saying that you're gonna cheat on us or no stuff like that. It's just, the simple fact is, if I put the roles in reverse, a lot of women wouldn't like it. And it's just like this. I broke it down to a girl recently. I told her off rip, I was like, look, so you telling me that if your man go to a club where you know that there are women that are probably as pretty as you, or if not more attractive than you, that's willing to do the same things that you're willing to do, if not more, on top of that, that their intentions is to get you drunk and to sleep with you, would you want your man going to that? And a lot of women say, heck no. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my dude up in no club where I know girls are trying to take him home, or they trying to seduce him in that situation. So it's the same thing in return. It's not saying that you won't be loyal enough to be like, oh, I'm not, you know what I'm saying, you'll take the free drinks and you'll just come back home. But it's just the act in itself is setting yourself up for that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bad look, you know what I'm saying, for that dude. Like, the thing is, a lot of women argue about it, and I tell them off rip, I was like, look, 1 million guys can go to the club, but only a small percentage of them are going to get any love from the ladies. I'm sorry. Like, and then he got to really have either some swag, have money. He has to have something going for him that attracts the ladies. Like, for a woman in herself being born beautiful and attractive, you pretty much can go to VIP, you know what I'm saying? You can get guys to buy you drinks. Like, that's the pretty much the norm in it, you know what I'm saying? So that's just one thing I would say. So on the flip side, for the guys, I know you like to go out with your boys, but I'm gonna tell you off rip, if you got a girl, or if y'all got children, and you know what I'm saying, you can't be going out with the boys all the time. Like, personally, I would suggest, if you're gonna go out with the boys, once a week will probably be fair. You know what I'm saying? With you and the boys going out, have a couple beers, or y'all get together and y'all play dominoes, spade, or poker, or whatever y'all into. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just shoot the, you know what I'm saying? Shoot the shiz. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely tell you, like, you can't kick it with your boys all the time. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people like to get together, get high, get drunk, whatever, but that can't be an everyday thing or majority of the time, because number one, you're neglecting your girl a little bit in that situation. So I think women deserve to have a man that's more present in, like, trying to work towards y'all future wherever y'all trying to go in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, a man's supposed to lead in that regard. You know what I'm saying? So I push a lot of guys. I was like, look, I know you want to kick it with the boys, hang out with the boys, but you can't do it all the time, because at the end of the day, we all have our own households, and we're trying to be better leaders in a relationship where women can depend on men, can respect men. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling them off rip. I'm like, look, you have to lead by example. You have to understand that everything you do will affect the household that you live in. And a lot of women tell me all the time, like, a lot of these dudes act like boys, or they act like they're our kid. And you know what I'm saying? I don't blame them for saying it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of dudes act like kids for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of women are looking for leaders, but they can't really find them like that. And there's a lot of dudes out there that's looking for themselves a queen, and they can't really find them out there. So it's just on both sides of that spectrum that, like, people got to tighten up a little bit. You feel me? So I would definitely push, you know what I'm saying, that when it comes to being in a couple dynamics, at least make one time out of the week, if not 2 days if possible, of just being able to reconnect with one another, and, you know what I'm saying, helping the intimacy, you know what I'm saying, try to get closer intimately, you know what I'm saying, with your partner, you know what I'm saying, on both sides of that spectrum, you know what I'm saying, because I think that could help, you know what I'm saying, balance the relationship a lot better, because I understand that people got work, I understand people got kids, you know what I'm saying, it's all kinds of things. And to answer the second part of that, the question that was asked to me was security. The simple fact is that you can't do single stuff and expect yourself to have a dude that want to take care of you on the security front, which is financially being stable with you. Because number one, you represent him in every way. When you disrespect a whole bunch of guys for no reason, you know what I'm saying, getting aggressive and being masculine and stuff like that, that puts him in a position where he's gonna have to throw hands with dudes or possibly get killed because you're running your mouth. That's just a side effect to that. So that's the reason why I tell a lot of women all the time, like, I know you feel like you know what I'm saying, you gotta be this big, bad, tough wolf or whatever. That's cute, that's fine, that's dandy. But at the end of the day, all dudes don't play by the same rules. I'm sorry to say it like that, but it's just, we don't play by the same rules. Like, a lot of dudes, you have dudes that, yes, they've been raised by their parents to protect, you know what I'm saying, provide and treat a woman respectfully. But also, there are dudes that don't play none of that. You talk about, I'll smack you in your face, or I'll punch you in your mouth if you say something else. And you think you can go slap a dude or something like that. I'm sorry to tell you, there's dude out there that's gonna give you them hands. They can care less who your brother, your daddy, your uncle, your friend, your boyfriend, any of that. Like, we don't care who you're related to. Like, that's how guys is out there. I'm telling you now, so stop that whole I can whoop a man, because there's a lot of women that say that, and I'm not saying it ain't some women that can whoop a few. But when you coming out there talking about, oh, I can whoop a man, until a real man start whooping your butt, then that's when you want to play the victim. I'm just saying, equal rights, equal fights. So I just tell women a lot of times, like, don't try to get out there and try to throw hands with no dude, man. Like, I hate to see a dude have to beat up a girl, but some of you girls be asking for it. I ain't gonna even cap. Like, I'm seeing girls like tee off on dudes. I'm like, hey, bruh, that's crazy. Like, and he gave her that 3-piece and the biscuits. Like, I seen a video recently of this dude and his girl getting into it, and I guess they broke up or whatever. So she said, get out the house. He went in the room to get his stuff, to get out. You know what I'm saying? Being a gentleman about it, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to get his stuff. And when he was reaching up in the closet, pulling his stuff down, old girl took off on him. And I'm talking about took off. I'm talking about 3-piece and a biscuit, beaming him up. You know what I'm saying? And the moment he started beaming her back, that's when she want to start hollering his name to my Rayco, stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like, hey, I'm just saying, like, I understand that a lot of women have been through a lot of situations, but you got to realize just as much as women have their traumas, men have theirs too. So I definitely would tell you off rip, stop doing that. Like, you got to realize the man that you're with as a woman, you reflect him in the actions that you do. You know what I'm saying? So the security situation, back to that whole principle of security, is the simple fact is that in order for a man to provide you something, you have to give up certain freedoms, which is doing single girl stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're single and you want to go out, hit the club, all that, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But if you're in a relationship, if you're not going to the club and the bars and stuff with your man, you don't really need to be in there like that, because it puts your man in a bad light of like, oh, you see my girl at the bar, she was doing this, she was doing that, like, cause that reflects on him and it damages the image of the family that y'all are trying to create. So that's the reason why a lot of guys get, you know what I'm saying, kind of like mad about that. So, and on the flip side, because I know a lot of women have also messaged me and told me that it's a lot of women that are with guys that they're having to take the most of the financial burden and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, you take most of the financial burden. I said, off rip, the fact that you have to take on that burden is crazy to me, because as a man, we're meant to be providers, protectors, and also to be the person that put in the structure for the children in their teens. You know what I'm saying? Adolescence is more of the mother's role, because she's able to have that nurturing, you know what I'm saying, quality that most men don't really have. And you got some guys that's trying to be the nurturing person too. And when you have two nurturing people, it just, the dynamics don't really work like that. Like in some cases, it probably works, but in most cases, when the kids hit the teenage years, it's dicey. It's hard to, you know what I'm saying, manage that whole balance in that. So I definitely tell people off rips, like, it's difficult. Like, it has to be a good guy and it has to be a bad guy in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about far as like going against each other as a couple or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about more for the child. Like, they need to be a good cop, bad cop. 9 times out of 10, father has always been the bad cop. Mother has always been a good cop, because a lot of women have even told me that they hate, you know what I'm saying, whooping kids. You know what I'm saying? They want to be the nice parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's plenty of mothers out here that had to play mama and daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? And they suffer for it, you know what I'm saying, in the end, because they're so used to being in that masculine role that they don't know how to fall into their feminine. So it's very difficult for them to backtrack that, because they're so used to of things going the way that they want it, and it damages things a lot, like far as them being able to have a long-term relationship. So unless they find a way to balance, only a minority women I have ever heard of that was in that masculine role for those, you know what I'm saying, having to be mom and daddy, because a lot of women feel like they have to make up for where the father is not at for the children that are growing up without fathers in the house. So I tell them off tops, like, that's the reason why when a father raises his kids like a single father, you know what I'm saying, he doesn't try to be the nurturing mother. That's what he has, you know what I'm saying, his sisters, his auntie, you know what I'm saying, his female friends that he, you know what I'm saying, is dating, you know what I'm saying, however that dynamic work up in their lives, because a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, date differently, you know what I'm saying, in this day and age. So the simple fact is that I try to make sure women understand, like, if you ever are put in a position where you're the financial breadwinner and you have a guy that is not really the financial breadwinner, like, I don't know, I just find it kind of weird for me personally. Like, I don't get how any girl will want to do that she has to provide for her. Like that's just me personally. Like, I just don't understand it, because me, the way that I was raised personally, like I was raised to be a leader. You know what I'm saying? So the whole like concept, like when it comes to me personally, like I tell a girl off rip, I can care less about you helping me pay my bills. Like a lot of women tell me, like, you don't want a girl to pay your bills and all that. I'm like, nah, I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, if my girl works, it's optional more than, oh, you have to work or you have to get out there and work because I need you to help me pay these bills. Like, that's just not for me. Like, not my stilo, not my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is to bring less of a burden on my woman. Like, her work, her career, whatever it is more optional for her because regardless of how things work out with her career, you know what I'm saying, whatever she's trying to do, I'm still gonna always take care of her, you know what I'm saying, regardless. Like I'm gonna make sure that if we do get houses that I can foot the whole bill for it, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just me personally when it comes to the traditional value of that. But it's just like for a man, if I'm gonna be traditional, when we talk about the security part, like you know what I'm saying, we was talking about a little bit, you know what I'm saying, further earlier or whatever. But I would just say me as a person that provides, protects, you know what I'm saying, because that is who I am genuinely, you know what I'm saying, like I can't help it. Like my thing is to make sure that my family is good, you know what I'm saying, like that's just me personally. Like I don't know what more I can say really on that. Like that's just me personally, you know what I'm saying. Like I have to be the one that provides for my family because that's what I work hard for. That's the reason why I have a house, you know what I'm saying, because I want to have a family in it, you know what I mean. So it's going to be difficult for a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, that are trying to push forward in their relationships because of the dynamics of how things are kind of like switched. Like a lot of homes, you need two incomes or whatever. But my thing is that if you get with a guy that already has his castle built, you know what I'm saying? Because I think like the old saying says is that a man's build a castle and a woman moves into the castle. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard for two people that have their own castles to live in one household because it's always going to be a war. Because one will have to, as I'm sorry to say it, a lot of people, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of hate from a lot of women and a lot of dudes for this one. But one must bend a knee or bend the head. You know what I'm saying? Because there can only be one king and there can only be one captain on a ship. Like, it never works. It's never going to be two captains on one ship or two kings. You know what I'm saying? Running one castle. Like, in order for that to work, one must bow head and one must take the knee on it. Like, that's just the simple truth. And I know it probably hurt some people's feelings or make them feel some type of way, but that's just the way the cookie crumble. You know what I'm saying? On that, like, I'm just being honest. Like, everybody can't lead. Like, yeah, we have certain aspects. It's not saying that because you are a leader that, oh, that person's, you know what I'm saying, thoughts or feelings is not taken into consideration or anything like that. If anything, their thoughts, their feelings on things is the most important, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of want to break that down a little bit because like a lot of women have told me, like I don't want a man controlling me, this, that, and third. It's not about controlling you. Like if I say something to you like, baby, you probably shouldn't do that, it's because I'm looking out for your best interest as the person that you chose to be the leader. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I know you're doing something that could damage you or hurt you, I'm going to let you know about it. And you can take my opinion and use it, or either you can just neglect it and then fall face on your head and then be coming to whine to me and then you're going to have to hear that word that every woman and every dude hate to hear. I told you so. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know what I'm saying? It's not that as a leader, it's not saying also that you're not going to be able to take any feedback from your partner, you know what I'm saying? And be like, okay, if she's telling me something and it's something that can help us, our family, what we're creating, what we're building, I'm going to take it into the highest consideration and be like, okay, I'm going to use that. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, baby, for telling me this. Or thank me, baby, you know what I'm saying? Thank you, baby, for, you know what I'm saying, giving me this advice. Or, and in the same way can be in vice versa because you're building each other because a man is meant to be a foundation. A woman is meant to be the pillar. You know what I'm saying? So you have to work together to make something, you know what I'm saying, great happen. So Never forget that. Like, you have to be able to understand where you both stand in that situation. That's the only way I can see, you know what I'm saying, two people. Because everybody was talking about independency. I'm independent. I'm a boss chick. I'm sorry to tell you, if I ever hear a girl tell me, "Oh, I'm an independent woman," I was like, "Okay, you're alone." Anytime I hear a girl tell me she's independent, like I'm just checking out. Definitely, if she's trying to talk to me, I'm just like, no, I'm good. I ain't got time. That's a headache I ain't trying to deal with today. You know what I'm saying? On to the next. You know what I'm saying? Moving left, moving right. You know what I'm saying? I don't see you. Like the moment I even hear a girl talking and I see she's finna walk my way, I start walking the other way. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I can't deal with a headache. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather protect the peace that I have created than let someone come in and disturb the peace that I have made. So I would definitely suggest that moving forward, whether you're a man or whether you're a woman, protect your peace. If you're going to let someone come into your life, you give them 6 months to a year to prove themselves worthy of being your husband or your wife. Because I tell a lot of people that get asked for my opinion on relationship, like how should I move forward into it, I tell them like this: dating is an audition to be a husband and a wife. So a girl has 6 months to prove to me that she worth being my wife to a year. So if within a year time, if I ain't like, I want to put a ring on this girl finger, I want to marry this girl, like I see a future with this girl, like she brings so much peace, she brings so much value, because I'm going to ask the questions that I need, and I need to see if she reciprocate that with her actions. You know what I'm saying? Because I tell every man and I tell every woman, you got to have standards. If you don't have standards of what you want in your woman or your man, you need to keep pushing. And a lot of women, I asked them this a lot. I was like, what are the standards of the guy that you chose? And they say, he didn't really have no standard. He just said, I was his standard. I was like, well, he is a man that you wasted your time with. And they find out that, oh, you was telling the truth. I know. Because if a man don't have standards, he's not worth shit. I'm sorry. He's not worth shit. A man should have standards. Meaning how he want his woman to carry herself, to respect him, just like a woman want her man to be able to respect her. Respect is the root of a whole entire relationship. Without that respect on both sides, there can be nothing. So definitely remember that. Definitely don't let that ever slip from your mind. If you don't respect or care about your partner, whether it's the man or whether it's the woman, however you want to slice it or dice it, it's probably more harder when it comes to a man, because a real man that you don't respect enough that when he says something that you can't, like a lot of women I also heard that was going on a rant about making a sandwich. I'm like, so you telling me if your man that loves, cherish, provides, protects you, asks you to make a sandwich, it's a problem? That's crazy to me. Because of one thing, one reason. And this is why it just confused me. But if you asked him to make you a sandwich, bring you a cup of water, or anything, he's willing to do it. Without even giving any lip about it. That's crazy to me. Like, come on. Be realistic here. When we talk about submitting and being submissive, men are already being submissive to what you want to eat, where you want to go, what you want to do. Submission is from both people. But the thing is when a woman hear the word submission, they think of women back in the olden days. I'm like, come on now, like, nah. Like I told a guy last time. I said it's like all the actual oppressed women. It's like their souls came and hopped into the modern day women, thinking that somebody's trying to repress them in some kind of way. But at the same time, women back then actually had dudes bringing the flower. They would be actually with the good guy or the nice guy or the guy that actually wanted to treat them right or want to be respectful, want to have their thoughts, want to have their opinions, but at the same time, you got to be an absolute almost asshole to a woman. They really have the guy that's a doughboy, that's a scammer, you know what I'm saying, that's been to the penitentiary, you know what I'm saying, constantly go back and forth to jail. Like, I'm just saying, like, they want a guy with more of a rap sheet, this whole edgy thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. Like, I tell them all tops, like, you have to understand at the age of 18, and this is where mothers and fathers are very important. Very important. And it's when it comes to you letting your sons and your daughters go out into the world, you have to teach them values. Without values, they can't do really much. Like, they need to have that moral ground of their character. Meaning that you're teaching them to be respectful to everybody until someone disrespects them. See, respect gets respect, disrespect get disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Like, me personally, I go to everybody and I talk to everybody genuinely. And I come off with nothing but respect. And I expect respect in return because I'm giving it to you. Like, I'm not going around like I'm the biggest, baddest, toughest, roughest dude out there. I know that I am capable of, you know what I'm saying, handling business when it comes down to it. But at the end of the day, I don't want to put the forefront that I'm a violent person at all. Because even though I may be capable and able, I'm not trying to be that towards anybody. You know what I'm saying? So you want to put your best foot forward. So if you're a man or a woman, always come with respect and you will receive respect. But if you come aggressive or in a way like you're trying to escalate something, that only puts you in a dangerous situation. I know some people don't like it. Be like, I'm tired of turning the other cheek. Sometimes you just got to. Because at the end of the day, if you get someone to be able to trigger you, they control you in a way. Because you can be the happiest, it can be the happiest day of your life, and someone can come and literally change your mood by simply bumping you, talking trash to you. Now you angry. Your whole day just got messed up after you was just happy. You know what I'm saying? You let him steal your joy, so therefore, just keep a positive mindset, keep moving forward. Don't let people just get to you, because people are going to try to say all kinds of things about you until the day you die. So just stay focused. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to wrap this up real quick, but I think everybody that's been, you know what I'm saying, supporting the channel, that's been, you know what I'm saying, give me your opinions, your thoughts, so that, you know what I'm saying, I can become better. You know what I'm saying, I'm still learning. Like, I want everybody to understand one thing. Like, I know a lot of people don't like some of my content because it makes you feel some type of way, and that's fine, that's cool, that's dandy. But at the same time, just as much as I want to teach, I want to learn. You know what I'm saying? So if it is something that you don't agree with or you disagree with, you know what I'm saying, I would love to have the chance to sit down and we converse in conversation, or either, you know what I'm saying, you can message me and I can get your thoughts and your opinions, and we can, you know what I'm saying, see if something can be settled with a simple conversation. Because at the same time, if you disagree with the things that I talk about, I love to have the conversation. Like, my thing is to learn and teach at the same time, because I know I'm not perfect like no one else is perfect. So I'm trying to learn just like you. I think everybody, my families, my friends, you know what I'm saying, DDF, my barber, Corey, you know what I'm saying, OG Corey, and you know what I'm saying, I just thank everybody for, you know what I'm saying, supporting me on this road. You know what I'm saying, I know it's been a while since I posted, but I gotta get back at it, you feel me? Qbaby out.